Oh yeah, baby, it's time for some drama. Oh god, I love drama sometimes. For those of you that are unaware of the series Helluva Boss or Hazbin Hotel, they are these YouTube animated series and they're huge on YouTube. They're great. I've been watching them. You guys love when I talk about them and when I watch them and stuff, so I'm just out here doing some research, okay? I know that the fandom is pretty toxic in certain ways, and I know that the haters are even more toxic than the fandom is. I have seen through the periphery of my vision, because it's not someone that I've ever really had too much focus on, I've seen this show get canceled a million times. People on Twitter being like, oh my god, bro, there takes place in hell and there's a gay guy in hell? Wow, that's pretty homophobic. Bro, you get all sorts of weird brainlet ideas and takes on Twitter and everywhere. Helluva Boss get canceled even more times than I did. Say what you will, that's something. Twitter hates everyone. Twitter hates life. Twitter just doesn't like humanity. And they're people that are sad with themselves, and therefore they go ahead to cancel others. So today, I wanted to go down a little bit of a research spiral. I wanted to look into every single drama and controversy Helluva Boss had. It involved harassment, it involved doxing, and it involved cancellations. There was art theft, and there was voice actors getting fired, and there was all sorts of crazy allegations floating around. So I want you to join me on this really crazy adventure down the rabbit hole, talking about the never-ending drama spiral of Helluva Boss and Hazbin Hotel. People linked me to watch this. The Hazbin Hotel, Helluva Boss, drama and controversies explained. And I love Helluva Boss. I love Hazbin Hotel, and I love drama and controversy. So I'm excited to see all this. I know that there was a lot of like voice actors quitting and stuff. I'm excited to get into it. I want to know more about the world because the last episode of Helluva Boss blew me away. So thank you all so much for being here. Let's just jump right into it.
If you've been in the Hazbin Hotel or Helluva Boss community for a while, you're more than likely familiar with some of the drama that has occurred. Controversy occurs in any fandom, but it's especially prevalent in the Helluverse fandom due to the content of the shows.
Yeah, there's no shot that the Helluverse fandom has more controversy than Genshin Impact. It's not about the material. It's about if you're owned by China.
Covered some of.
Have you seen the VTuber communities, bro? Every VTuber group individually had more drama than Hazbin Hotel.
These topics in the past. However, there are many new ones that you may not be aware of. This video will be structured in an iceberg format. If you're not aware of what an iceberg video is...
Dude, why are people still explaining what iceberg videos is? Every single person on the planet knows what an iceberg video is! Don't explain it!
Fun way to present information or facts around a specific topic. The iceberg goes in descending order with different tiers. At the tip of the iceberg, you have the surface level knowledge.
Literally explaining what an iceberg is.
MatPat's Hazbin Hotel film theory. On March 16th, 2021, MatPat did a film theory on Hazbin Hotel. Although the video was positively received by his audience, to veteran Hazbin fans, content creators, team members of the show, and Vivzy.
Ooh, I didn't know that Vivzy Pop tweeted herself. It's not a
Pop
big deal.
herself. It was terrible. If you
yeah, I know. I saw that MatPat video. I did not like it either.
See staff members making fun of your video, that's when you know you messed up. The video was a disaster, from getting basic facts wrong to misunderstanding the plot of Helluva Boss in general. The first issue is that the video had little to no proper research. Segments of the video just straight up didn't make sense, such as when he says that Alistair's radio voice is random, and that Vivzy probably took the idea of Alistair from Bill's cipher. A quick Google search would reveal the reasoning behind Alistair's radio voice, and would also reveal that Alistair was from Vivzy's Zoophobia series. Another example is when MatPat theorizes that IMP are the biggest threat to Charlie. IMP are a group of low-level imps and
yeah, I saw that too. I remember seeing that in his video also.
Hellhound. To think that they would be any threat to Charlie is mind-boggling. MatPat calls Stolas Solas. He also says heck of a boss, and refers to the
I remember that the entire video he didn't want to get demonetized, so he called it heck of a boss.
as the immediate murder patrol. It was pretty apparent that MatPat didn't watch either of the shows, and was purely doing a video on Hazbin because it's popular. It's horrible when these large corporate channels do videos on topics without proper research, because it introduces a lot of new fans to the show, many of which are children. These viewers will enter the fandom under false pretenses. They'll believe certain story elements, and only later will they find out that what they believed in was false. The majority of the criticisms of the video could have been avoided if MatPat had reached out to a creator in the fandom, or a member of the team such as Vivzy, to just read the script over. I used to wonder why people on Twitter, especially FNAF fans, were always so toxic towards MatPat whenever he made a theory on their show.
Dude, literally everyone's toxic towards MatPat.
But after watching his theory on Hazbin, I understand their feelings completely. completely. In the past, MatPat made a theory video on For Honor, and it was pretty terrible, and was universally dunked on too. It's made me a little anxious for the future, because there's 100% going to be some horribly made theories about Hazbin when it finally releases. I at least hope if MatPat does future theories on the shows, he'll take the time to do proper research.
Well, the good news is, MatPat will probably just hire someone from the fandom to write the script for him. He does that very often.
FNAF Hazbin Wiki War. Back in January 2020, there was drama between the FNAF community and fans of Hazbin Hotel. This was a couple months after the
Dude, MatPat has... Okay, since we're on to the next thing, apparently there's a war between the wikis, between Hazbin Hotel and Helluva Boss, whatever. As far as MatPat goes, he's not malicious. He doesn't do anything wrong on purpose. He really tries his best. Yes, he made a video where he says he never watched porn before, which is a very bald-faced lie. He has his annoying quotes and his bits and his shtick, and a lot of his theories, I think, are very surface level and not good, but dude's just having a good time. Getting so much hate from a fandom for making mistakes, he gets it on every video now.
Release of the Hazbin pilot and the first episode of Helluva Boss, so both shows were at peak popularity. A number of immature FNAF fans, many of which were children, used Discord to coordinate and raid the Hazbin Hotel wiki. The Hazbin wiki has been considered a punching bag for many years due to inaccurate information, and Vtube herself saying not to believe it. Although the wiki has improved gradually over time and features much more reliable information, the 2020 raid highlighted the lack of security measures. The FNAF fans vandalized the wiki and deleted many pages, created new ones, or griefed already existing pages. The majority of the pages were edited just to contain unfunny memes and other garbage, though I do like this image of Ed and Viv being swapped to Yanderev and Scott Cawthon. Overall, this drama was quite small and harmless. However, if you're aware of the Scott Cawthon and Vivzy drama, which occurred a couple months later, this isn't the last time that the FNAF and Hazbin fandom have had disagreements. Scott Cawthon Vivzy Pop drama. Carrying on from the last point, the second time the drama erupted between the Hazbin community.
Why does the FNAF community hate the Hazbin community so much?
Was to do with the Scott Cawthon situation. Basically, what happened was it was revealed that Scott Cawthon made donations to controversial political figures. This led to Scott and his wife getting doxxed.
Yeah, I saw that. Scott, the creator of FNAF, donated to like a Trump rally or something, and everyone lost their mind.
Pop saw a tweet made by a friend on the topic and gave her opinion, and as a result of this, she got...
Dude, why do creators get involved in this politics? Casually setting the video to 1.25. Yeah, I'm sorry, guys, I just had to.
Got doxxed. This led to drama.
It's totally wrong to dox her. I've gotten into drama with these people doxing people and swatting people, and it's disgusting. All these communities, it's just so gross. I hope you're taking care of yourself, Vivzy Pop. It's not like she even said that it was right to dox him. She literally wasn't even saying it's appropriate to dox him. Of course she's against the concept of doxing him. This is just disgusting.
Between the FNAF community and Hazbin fans. Instagram accounts. There used to be official Instagram accounts run by members of the Spindlehorse team. They roleplayed as characters from both Helluva Boss and Hazbin Hotel. They used to post fun sneak peeks, interact with each other, and provide additional lore to the show's universe. Unfortunately, they were shut down in 2020 for a number of reasons. I have an entire video dedicated to the lore of these profiles, which I'll have linked below. The two Instagrams involved in the most controversy were Octavia and Cherry Bomb. Octavia's Instagram was shut down since people started to DM it NSFW images and Stovia art. Cherry Bomb's account was shut down out of nowhere in early 2020. Shortly after it was deactivated, a random fan stole the username of the profile and started posting as if they were the official account. According to some users, Spindlehorse had a DMCA the account to take it down. However, take that with a grain of salt. Recently, Vivzy Pop did a number of tweets about the Instagrams. In particular, Vivzy mentioned that she regrets making them due to the issues they've caused, one in particular being the fact that the accounts are still cited as canon when they're not. She said that it's uncomfortable because information from the accounts is constantly used in lore videos about the show when it's no longer canon. Overall, the Instagram accounts have been a blemish on the history of the shows. They've allowed for some...
I don't know why. I feel like you could just kind of roll with the punches. Like, okay, so this thing that's not canon is talking about lore, and people get the lore wrong. But I get, on the other hand, she's creating a story, and she wants the story to be accurate.
World building within the fandom. However, the drama surrounding them and their eventual shutdown has led to them being something Spindlehorse would prefer to forget.
Yeah, I get that. Worth not making something like that.
Raccoon. Rocky Raccoon is a YouTube animator who does animations and YouTube shorts featuring characters from Hazbin Hotel and Helluva Boss. These videos typically feature the characters dancing to a song or TikTok trend. These videos rack in crazy amounts of views, with his most popular Luna animation having 13 million views. One thing Rocky does is include cameos of characters from other shows or media, such as Poppy Playtime, Spooky Month, and Dream. There's been a lot of drama surrounding Rocky. There's been countless videos and Reddit posts made about him. The main criticisms are that his channel is a content farm, his audience are children, and that I can't take criticism. Personally, I'd agree with some of these criticisms.
I mean, so? Like, I missed the point. You're right, 100%, 100%. You're right. He's a content farm, and he's farming views with popular characters singing, dancing to popular songs. How's that drama? That's what everyone does.
Animation, he re-uploads it over and over again. The only difference is he puts text at the top saying something stupid like only in Ohio. Uploading a video once is fine, but reposting it over and over...
You're right, it's cringe, it's fine. You're not gonna get hate for it. What's getting hate for it gonna
It
do?
definitely counts as content farming. One recent example is his video titled,
Everyone does.
Is Bob Veltsev Pregnant? Top 10 Ohio Moments in Helluva Boss, X FNAF, X Bookie Month animation memes. The thumbnail is fetish art, and the video is just a compilation of other clips he's made. The dislike ratio is pretty horrific too. Due to Rocky's content, he gets into drama on Twitter and TikTok. Rocky then responds to these criticisms in a YouTube livestream or on his community tab, which leads more people to pile on. If he just ignored them and focused on improving his content, then the people—
Dude, this is TikTok's entire model. You're 100% right. The entire entertainment industry is nothing but content farming. True. And I get it, and I get why, like, he gets dislikes, and I get why, like, people are unhappy with him and think he's a garbage content creator and all that stuff. Why would you send so much hate to this dude for doing something that I feel like everyone does to some degree?
people hating would stop. Personally, I think Rocky has real talent, and he has the potential to create something wonderful. One idea that could work would be to integrate the characters into their own show and create fun stories around that. A channel that does this type of content, which I'm a big fan of, is Pants a Hat. They use characters from other pieces
I know that everywhere I go, people send me bussy memes. Everywhere!
media and combine them in a way that makes engaging content. Similarly, another animation channel for more younger viewers would be Zamination. They create fun stories featuring a variety of fan favorite characters that everyone recognizes. I think if Rocky perhaps tried a similar idea to these two channels, he could create some fantastic content rather than being dependent on whatever's trendy on TikTok. Art theft. This one is quite obscure. Basically, on 3 separate occasions, Spindlehorse has been accused of art theft. The first one is to do with the official Helluva Boss Streamily. Back in 2020, the Streamily used fan art made by an artist called NinjaHaku21. The artist wasn't credited at all. Twitter user Diva Cyanide did a tweet about the situation and politely asked for NinjaHaku to get credited. 2 days later, the Streamily changed the icon to a frame of the show with no explanation. NinjaHaku did a couple tweets about it and said that the situation was unfortunate, especially since they didn't contact him first or apologise. However, he said he's glad that the icon was changed. This situation was quite minor. It was a simple mistake, and it's good that the icon was changed. However, the unpaid intern or whoever was in charge of the account probably should have done more research or apologised to Haku after nabbing his art without prior consent. The second occasion is to do with some shibby.
Look, I get hate for alleged art theft on Twitter all the time because there's this whole copy pasta going out about how I stole art and stuff. I don't know if you're aware, my avatar is based off anime Sans. Okay, Sans from Undertale, but animeified, and that's been my avatar for a very, very long time. I got what I thought was fan art, but it was not fan art. It was just anime Sans that was not me, that was made by someone else and edited by someone else to look like fan art, and I used it because it was dope, and then they got upset that I used their art without permission. So I apologized. I said, like, what do you want me to do? They said, credit me. I credited them. Then I changed the art later because I didn't want to use someone else's art. And this all happened 7 years ago, and I still get canceled on it for Twitter to this day.
Pins. Artist Koto456 made some chibi designs of characters from Helluva Boss and Hazbin Hotel. Months later, the Helluverse Twitter debuted some new chibi designs, which looked remarkably similar to the ones made by Koto. Koto did a tweet shortly after saying he wasn't contacted and it's just a coincidence. The third occasion is to do with an Alistair pin. Artist Pestfox made an Alistair pin in November 2019. In Halloween 2020, the Helluverse account revealed a new Alistair pin which bears a striking resemblance to—
Yeah, no, they definitely do take inspirations from art. This is definitely inspired. Truth is, it's their character, and ultimately, since it's their copyright, they can do whatever they want, but this definitely should have at least warranted them reaching out to the artist and asking if they can use inspiration.
the one made by Pestfox. Once users brought up these examples, one of the merch managers, HelixD, came out and explained that it was just a coincidence. I will have everything he said on screen, so you can pause and give it a read if you like, but basically he said that similar looking art will eventually happen, and that they didn't plagiarize fan artists. They also actively recruit and hire fan artists. So, as for my thoughts on these 3 situations, I think it's up to the viewer's interpretation. If you take a look at the pins side by side, they're incredibly similar. The Alistair example is the most obvious. I personally think the fan design looks better than the official one. I can understand why fans were annoyed. Let me know what you think of this art theft situation in the comments down below.
Dude, theft is a strong word to use. It's in my opinion, it looks like it's inspired by the fan art, which again, they're a big company. They should have reached out to the artist and been like, yo, you mind if I use an inspiration or something similar to your art? I'm sure they would say, yeah, absolutely. And that would be it.
Faustisse. Faustisse was a former illustrator and visual developer for Hazbin Hotel. They were also in charge of the Hazbin Hotel comics. She was a close friend of VivziePop for years and stopped working for Spindlehorse in 2020. Faustisse would commonly livestream the creation of art or the Hazbin comics. During these streams, since she was close with Viv, Faustisse would reveal bits and pieces of the lore about the show and its characters. Faustisse received heavy criticism in 2020 when they announced that Alistair is aromantic asexual. According to her, Viv was scared to announce that Alistair was asexual due to backlash. Shortly after, Viv had to come out and say that nothing should be canon except what comes from her. So the situation was quite sad. Faustisse shouldn't have been harassed in the first place, and it's a bit of a disgrace that deranged shippers would go to such lengths over fictional pixels on a screen. Unfortunately, once Faustisse left Spindle, she privated all of her past live streams. so years of content is now permanently lost. Added to this, since she no longer works for Viv, it's hard to tell what characters and lore she created are canon or not, so we just have to wait and see when the full show airs. Subreddits. Reddit has a large amount of subreddits dedicated to the shows. The two biggest are r/Hazbin Hotel.
Dude, fans are wild. I don't know, man.
And r/Helluva Boss. Since these two subreddits are the largest public forums for the shows, they've been marked as targets for people that dislike either shows or Vivzy Pop. During the release period of Hazbin Hotel back in 2019, really? Hazbin Hotel was raided multiple times. Haters of the show created a subreddit called r/anti-Hazbin Hotel and dedicated the subreddit to criticism and scrutiny of the show. Communities dedicated to hating a specific topic quickly become toxic, and this subreddit was a prime example of this. Posts ranged from illegal content to homophobia and racism. The subreddit was eventually set to private by the mod team, and that was the last we heard of anti-Hazbin Hotel. Another example was Gay Spider Brothel. It was a satirical meme.
Gay Spider Brothel?
A subreddit that was a spiritual successor to another subreddit called 195. On this subreddit, you would have to post a meme before clicking off the sub, meaning that the subreddit would have a constant flow of content, allowing it to quickly grow. Gay Spider Brothel's name was a reference to the many NSFW subreddits in the fandom, such as Helluva Brothel and the Hazbin Brothel. The moderation team eventually left the subreddit, and it's been left dormant ever since. My personal favourite post on the subreddit was this cursed image of someone's bedroom. It gives off a menacing aura. NTSG. Like with any online community, there's bound to be
it's like a little nothing burger of a situation. Everyone gets haters.
Bad actors who will use any illegitimate method they can to grow their presence or gain money. In the Helluva Boss community, the channel most guilty of this goes by the name NTSG. I've covered this guy in depth in 2 previous videos, so I'll give a quick rundown. NTSG is a Russian channel that uploads fake or misleading videos on Hazbin Hotel and Helluva Boss. He leaked Vivzy Pop's Patreon content on multiple occasions, and after I called him out on this, he made a terrible video that was not well received by the community. Since my videos on him, there's been a couple of new revelations. The first is that after my videos on him, NTSG's second channel, NTSG Live, got demonetized. Once NTSG realized he couldn't make money off the channel anymore, he immediately sold it to a viewer of his. He made a new channel called Gempkin, where he posted more leaked content. The videos were thankfully taken down
this
by
dude's
Spin
so
Wars.
toxic.
On NTSG's main, he went back to posting more clickbait content. One video called New Helluva Boss, Big Update Sneak Peek Teaser Trailer is just a video of clips taken at the Level Up convention. The clickbait title is horrific on its own, but to make matters worse, he stole the thumbnail off a Twitter artist called T the Cook. In a tweet made by T, they mentioned how NTSG stole their art without credit to mislead people. NTSG stole art from them in the past previously, and they have said multiple times they don't want him to repost their work, and yet he continues to do it. Because of the clickbait title and thumbnail, the comments are filled with confused fans thinking it's a new episode when it's just a repost. NTSG's newest video is called Welcome to Hazbin Hotel Season 1 Episode 1 Sneak Peek Teaser Trailer 2023. Once again, this video is just a bunch of clips we've seen previously, however he titles it as if it's a legit trailer for the first episode. Furthermore, the thumbnail has a 1 on it, and it is themed similar to how official episodes are, so that fans will be fooled into clicking on it. Lastly, just like in the past, NTSG steals fan art to post in his community tab. As always, he refuses to credit the artists on the majority of his posts. Overall, this channel is easily the worst one in the fandom. It's a miracle that YouTube hasn't terminated his channel yet. Fixing the characters. One of the longest running criticisms against Hazbin Hotel is the character designs. This has led many users to make their own variations of the characters on sites like Twitter.
Oh dude, I've seen this. Oh my god.
The biggest example of this was in December 2019 when YouTuber Mepity uploaded a video titled Redesigning Characters from Hazbin Hotel. The video has a horrific dislike ratio.
Yeah, let's go!
Dislikes. So why was the video so hated? Well, the first reason was that the original title of the video was called Fixing Characters from Hazbin Hotel. As some users have brought up, using the term fixing is distasteful towards the original artist. You're basically saying that your art is better than theirs. Mepity eventually changed the title after the backlash, but the negative title left a bad taste in many users' mouths.
As it should. I mean, the whole point was basically to shit on the original art.
To do with the introduction of the video, before Mepity actually redesigns the characters, she spends the first half of the video discussing issues with the character designs in the pilot. Some of these criticisms are valid, however others are a little half-baked. We've heard these criticisms before, countless times, but the main ones are the colour palette being too similar, the body types being too similar, and the characters not having enough unique features. This leads us on to the main body of the video, which is her fixing the characters. I'm going to be as polite as I can, but when I show you the images, you'll be able to see precisely why the video was so heavily disliked. The first character,
what is even redesigned here?
Except for making Charlie taller and all.
Dude, literally nothing was changed. Fixing art changes nothing.
Her outfit. For Vaggie, she made her chubbier, enlarged the bow on her head, and removed some details from her outfit.
They just made her chubbier?
Was probably the worst one out of the lot.
Dude, this just looks bad.
His design just overall looks worse, and as one commenter pointed out, Mepity talked earlier about the importance of colour palettes, but proceeded to give Alistair a random coloured suit that doesn't fit his aesthetic at all. Angel Dust looks more or less the same.
Dude, I don't understand the whole point of this. They fixed nothing. They didn't even change anything, really.
He just has less details overall and a slightly altered colour scheme. Plus, he has a scarf instead of a bow tie. After the backlash, Mepity made a follow-up video 6 months later. In this video, she immediately acknowledges some of the criticisms put against her and admits she made some mistakes. The redesigns this time are a lot better. I personally like her Vaggy design, it's really pretty. However, I'm not a fan of Alistair's. He looks like he belongs in a Hazbin roleplay wiki. This video was definitely an improvement, however, it is still not without its issues. As some commenters pointed out, the overall tone of Mepity's wording was a bit rude. Some of her excuses don't really measure up either. Mepity says the reason the video was so badly made was because she drew the art at 4 AM. That's not really
that's not an excuse, bro. You made the video.
good excuse, and if that was a problem, she could have just held off on making the video. The second point is that when confronted with the fact that her original video was clickbait and offensive, she says that she deliberately made it clickbait so that it would get a reaction. She says the video was successful and the money made from it helped to pay for her college housing, which is awesome. However, you can make engaging videos without being offensive or clickbaiting your audience.
I mean, this is partially true, but on the other hand, you have to make sure it's worth it. Is it worth it? Making a video that'll get you backlash, but make you money? Is that worth it? Ruin your reputation, but maybe give you an extra $1,000? It goes to show where your priorities are.
The third issue is the framing of the video. The first half of the video is the actual redesigns. However, the next 20 minutes is her discussing criticism she received. If the video was just her apologizing and then Mepity showcasing her new designs, it would have been a fantastic video, but the second section sours the entire thing. It's a bit odd for her to apologize for riling people up, but then proceed to god defend her original video into the grave. Like, she should have just admitted that she messed up, and that was it. Overall, the situation is a cautionary tale about why it's important to give constructive feedback, especially when people criticize Vivzi's designs, but proceed to make an inferior version themselves. It would have been interesting to see Mepity's thoughts on the new official redesigns of the characters for the final show. However, she's quite inactive on her YouTube channel, unfortunately. Hazbin hatedom. This is a topic I'll probably address in its own video in the future, but if you've been in the community for any amount of time, you'll be aware of the Hazbin hatedom. Basically, anytime either Hazbin Hotel, Helluva Boss, or VivziPop are mentioned on sites like Twitter, a cyber mob will appear to remind everyone how bad the shows are.
That's just literally anyone. Dude, it's so cringe, bro. What? Everyone just hates on everything on Twitter. If this is counted as drama, then bro, I am a literal holocaust of drama. If getting hate on Twitter for your show is counted as like drama and controversy, then damn, bro.
The most recent example of drama was to do with VivziPop's naming of Vaggy. In a tweet made on February 22nd, a user said, VivziPop, after naming her only lesbian character Vaggy, aka Vagatha, and making her main personality traits being hating men and liking her girlfriend. The tweet racked up over 5,000 likes, and the creator eventually deleted the tweet. However, the quote retweets were full of people comparing VivziPop to JK Rowling. The comparison obviously makes no sense at all, but the point about Vaggy's personality is bizarre. Like, the Hazbin Hotel pilot was just a pilot. Twitter users seriously expect a 20-minute pilot to include deep lore and plot development. It's meant to set the stage for the rest of the series and introduce everyone to the universe. Vaggy hating men isn't her entire personality. The entire point is that she has trust issues, which we'll see developed on in the full series. These people expect every character to be either 100% evil or 100% good. You can't have any nuance or character development. In December 2021, the original Hazbin pilot voice actors released announcements confirming that they were let go of the project and not be in the final show. While fans were sad that the voice actors for Nifty, Cherry Bomb, Charlie and Alistair were gone, none of the announcements hit as hard as Kovac's. Angel and Kovac were extremely beloved by the fans, and many were sad and angry that this happened. Some more hardcore audience members perceived the firing as a betrayal by Medrano, and there was speculation that her having Broadway stars and actors, especially Norman Reedus and Helluva Boss, went to her head and that she only wanted that level of star power in her show. Some users proposed the concept that she ditched her friends that helped her once she gained her success. While many were livid, others defended Medrano, saying that the VAs were not part of the SAG-AFTRA union and therefore could not be legally hired. Personally, I think the reason they were replaced was to maintain a higher level of consistency in the show. If you have a professional production, it makes sense to hire Broadway actors with a
I don't know. I do think it is the star power, if I had to guess. Look, I don't think it's a betrayal of friends, but I do think it's like a star power idea.
Experience in musicals, which is what Vivzi is currently doing. The pilot voice cast consisted of internet personalities and cameos, which was great for pitching the concept of the show. However, for a final release, it makes sense to hire experienced actors to simplify the already overcomplicated process of having both a singing and speaking role for so many of the...
There are online content creators that could sing and speak. I do feel like it is more for the star power. Maybe I'm wrong.
Characters. Overall, the situation was quite sad. One thing people mention frequently is the lack of official content versus the overwhelming amount of fan content. This means that fans will never be happy with the final product. Although I don't necessarily agree with this take, there definitely is a subsection of the fandom that are too attached to the pilot and won't be happy with the full thing. It's important that we put our trust in the Spindlehorse team to deliver something awesome. From the sneak peeks we've seen so far, the show looks great, and I put my faith into Vivzi picking a stellar voice cast to represent the characters we know and love. Episode drama. Including the pilot, there's been 10 episodes so far of Helluva Boss. Typically, the episodes have been released smoothly, however, there's been some drama surrounding a few of them. The first episode that led to controversy was the Shrub episode, Season 1, Episode 4. This episode is featured quite low on tier lists, and personally, for me, it's one of the weaker ones.
Yeah, it's definitely one of the weaker ones.
The main criticisms include the episode being released too soon after the previous, the Shrubs were weaker villains, and the episode didn't serve a purpose in the wider lore. I cover the Shrub episode a bit more in-depth in my episode ranking video, but this episode was the first one where people started to seriously criticize the show. The next next episode was Season 1, Episode 7, Aussies. I personally love this episode.
Bro, this was such a good episode, what?
However, this one caused a lot of discussion and controversy within the community. The two main issues is that many people criticize it for focusing too much on Stolitz, and the fact that the episode was part 1 of a 2-part series. Stolitz was a central theme in previous episodes, but the finale was the episode that really cemented it as a main part of the show. This was controversial, with people saying that the show was being derailed in favour of Stolitz. The second issue was that it was the first part of a 2-part finale. As of 2023, the second part is still indefinitely postponed, and once news of the finale being delayed was announced, many fans were angry at Spindlehorse or just dropped the series. Similarly to Aussies, every episode from then on has been involved in drama. Season 2, Episode 1 is no different, with drama exploding surrounding the content of the episode once again being focused on Stolitz.
That
this
is
led to
so
some
cringe.
YouTube reviewers making negative reviews of the episode, one example being a video titled "The Episode That Ruined Helluva Boss." This video has a horrible dislike ratio, and the main reason is the clickbait title and the actual content of the video featuring some bizarre criticisms. The video was heavily criticized on Twitter by fans. Many of these tweets are deleted unfortunately, but Vtube herself gave her opinion as well. The most recent episode, Season 2, Episode 2, once again had some—
Dude, I think Vtube needs to stay a little bit away from the community. When people make videos criticizing the show and she shows up sometimes, that's playing with fire.
Drama associated with its release. Once again, negative reviews were made on the episode, and in particular, the relationship of Stolas and Blitz was put into question. With each episode of the show releasing, it feels like more drama surrounds the characters and the lore. This trend will most likely continue into the future. Hazbin Helluva leaks. Back in January of this year, leaked content surrounding Hazbin Hotel and Helluva Boss was posted onto the internet. They quickly spread to Twitter, Reddit, TikTok, and YouTube. The leaks consisted of storyboards and audition sheets. The majority of this content was taken down via the copyright system. However, for many fans, including myself, it was a shame to see content that wasn't supposed to be revealed months into the feature getting spoiled. It was especially upsetting when people started to reply to official tweets about Hazbin with the leaks. This meant that many unsuspecting fans would check the replies of the tweet and get spoiled, ruining their enjoyment of future plot development.
Of course, 4chan.
The situation overall was very disappointing. It was a massive slap in the face to the Spindlehorse team, who've spent years developing the characters and lore for us to enjoy.
Yeah, that's
shipping
sad.
wars. Shipping has been a long-standing contentious point within the fandom. For those who are unaware, shipping refers to the act of pairing certain characters together romantically. Examples of canon ships in the fandom are Blitzo and Stolas,
Stolas is the best boy.
Moxie and Millie, and Vaggie
Millie is best girl.
and Charlie. Many fans create their own fan pairings in their head and ship characters together who might have some chemistry. One popular example being Husker Dust, which is the pairing of Husk and Angel Dust. Shipping on its own is fine and can lead to some amazing fan art and fun
Yeah, I don't know.
stories.
I
However,
hate
like with anything
shipping. I'd never do it. I don't like it. If you want to do it, go for it. Don't be toxic when your ship doesn't work out, though. There's so much like Deku Bakugo shipping where they are like the most toxic people in the My Hero community.
on the internet for people to take it a step too far. Examples include problematic
It's his dad! It's him and his dad is being shipped? Bro, no, bro. This is fake. This is fake. Today's problematic ship. This is not real. No one actually is shipping these characters.
pairings such as Octavia and Luna or Octavia and Stolas. Added to this, some fans refuse to accept the canon pairings as canon. One example being Charlie and Vaggie. Despite being confirmed as canon, I've seen fans refuse to acknowledge it as canon on countless occasions.
Who
As
cares?
mentioned previously in the Iceberg video, when Faustisse confirmed that Alistair was asexual, it led to drama within the fandom as some shippers liked shipping Alistair with characters like Charlie. Vtube herself had to come out and discuss shipping in a 2018 tweet. In the tweet, she mentioned how ship bullying is starting to become an issue, and that she believes you should do what you want, provided it's not hurting anyone. Shipping has been a constant issue, and with the full release of Hazbin being right around the corner, it's likely that drama surrounding shipping wars will continue into the future. So that's the entire iceberg covered. This video took quite a while to research, because some of the controversies discussed were quite obscure. It was a lot of fun to make, so I hope you were able to learn something.
Yeah, I don't know. Basically, what I'm seeing here is that you didn't include the controversies from that it's edgy and that there's like a lot of like homophobes in hell and stuff. And the answer to that is, well, they're in hell. There's been a lot of controversy revolving this show, but from my personal experience, there isn't really a lot of hate headed their way. Criticism of episodes, that just literally comes with anything. This whole situation is cringe. I didn't see any legitimate criticisms or crazy dramas that they got into. I think Vtube needs to chill from tweeting. Please chill. Don't talk about politics and any of that. Just make your content and have fun. Please, for your own safety. Well, anyway, stay weird, fam.